If that fight with Charlo, you know, is a fight that can be taken. If the Errol Spence fight doesn't come to fruition, of course I'll take it. I think I match up pretty well. You know, I'm very skillful. I'm very strong. You know, I believe in myself. I believe in my abilities, and you know, I believe that I match up real well with him. But right now, you know, I'm just in the process of trying to secure this fight. You know, everything else is can be talked about later.
Terence Bud Crawford talking about if he cannot get Errol Spence Jr., maybe moving up in weight 154 to fight Jermell Charlo. I want to talk about that in this video. Yeah, what up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, you heard the clip from Terence Crawford, an interview with the DAZN boxing show. And Terence Crawford, you heard it. He basically said if he cannot get Errol Spence Jr. for whatever reason, then he's open and down to fight the 154-pound Jermell Charlo. Now, before I advance this video to my thoughts, I want to take you down a stroll down memory lane. And before I do that, make sure you come in when you watch my content. You guys got to take your shoes off and wipe your feet, aka hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. The subscribe button takes a couple seconds and it furthers the message so I can grow the channel organically for all the new fans of boxing, current fans of boxing, and people who want the content. It really goes a long way when you guys do that. But first, let me take you down a trip down memory lane. And this is a recent Jermell Charlo interview with Brian Custer. So it's not out of left field that Crawford is having this back and forth kind of with Jermell Charlo, but I'll give my thoughts right after this. Without further ado, roll the clip.
Your Crawfords. Now your Crawford. My dog live in Omaha. I know how Omaha roll. Y'all ain't never seen no real shit like this shit here. How about he do his best and go fight Errol Spence then? Shut up. Take a little bit less money. Be quiet. Humble yourself. And fight Errol Spence, he a stud. Do what he say, and then you might be the challenger sometimes. Bob Arum don't give a damn about him. Bob Arum told him to his face he done got lawsuits with his own promoter. You ain't worth shit to me, for real. You got Ennis, you got Garcia, you got Thurman, you got people making a name for themselves in your own weight division. Sit your ass in your weight division and see if you can beat one of them. Cause fucking with me, you gonna get knocked the fuck out. I'm a knockout artist, baby. Knockout artist, baby. Fucking with me, you gonna get knocked the fuck out.
Boom. So Jermell Charlo, that was his explosive interview with Brian Custer. So you guys got to find that and follow him on YouTube. And the thing, I'm not going to front, what Terence Crawford had said in the DAZN interview, it strikes me as weird, I guess you could say, because for so long when Terence Crawford was with Top Rank, which created inherent problems and issues making the fight, sides of the street, two different networks involved. I heard nonstop conversation from Terence Crawford, Team Crawford, and Terence Crawford fans, and everything was kind of negative energy directed at Errol Spence Jr. Sentiments like Errol Spence is ducking. Why is Errol Spence taking so long? Errol Spence should have fought Bud already. Errol Spence is trying to fight Ugas and Sean Porter and Mikey, but he doesn't want to fight Bud. These types of things. So the thing that is a bit peculiar is the fact that now that Terence Crawford is suing Bob Arum, a free agent, doesn't have an actual promoter. They said he was with advisor Daniel Kinahan. There's U.S. sanctions. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, and comment to this video. But there's specific U.S. sanctions that have been put on Daniel Kinahan. So even if he was working with him, that's something that you probably can't say in the current moment. Now, I already made a separate video about it, but Terence Crawford is in a world of hurt if he is working with Daniel Kinahan, because again, they put U.S. sanctions on him. And I made another video about Tyson Fury, who tried to board a plane to America, and they have him and 600 people a name. They have a no-fly list with 600 different names of people who have been publicly praising or supporting Daniel Kinahan, who they're saying is a nefarious Irish gangster. And if you've been in concert with him, then you probably can't, and it's been public, then you probably can't fly to America right now. So I'm not gonna, to not confuse this video, you guys gotta, I do all the research on my channel so you don't have to. So you guys gotta hit the subscribe button, check out that previous video, and you'll be caught up to speed on that specific situation. I'm not here to spoon feed you. I show up, I give you all the information. It's up to you to subscribe and, you know, get the information. So needless to say, I don't know what his situation is with Kinahan, but now is definitely not the time to be working with Kinahan since they put sanctions on him. And, you know, that's just the reality of it. So basically, Terence Crawford and his team, as I was saying, and his fans have stated that Errol Spence was ducking. You know, we're not going to beat around the bush. That's basically what's been stated. So it's weird. It's a bit weird to hear Terence Crawford calling out Jermell Charlo, saying hopefully the Crawford and Spence fight happens, and if it doesn't happen, then he wants to fight another guy with PBC. And like, just think about the logic to what is being said. Terence Crawford, as I stated, they said he was with Daniel Kinahan, which you can't work publicly with Daniel Kinahan in the United States based on the U.S. sanctions. Again, separate content out. You guys Google it. There's a bounty on his and his brother and his dad's head, $5 million a piece, if you basically lead to the conviction of Daniel Kinahan. They're trying to disband this gang. So that's that. Terence Crawford's no longer with Bob Arum. He's no longer with Top Rank, meaning he's no longer with ESPN, because ESPN has an exclusive deal with Top Rank. As of right now, it's not public if he's signed with PBC or anything like that. So basically, as we know it, Crawford has no known advisor, no network, like home-based network, and he's talking about fighting Jermell Charlo if he can't get Errol Spence, who you see running up, doing sprints up an incline. So it's just weird. It's weird because, again, I thought the main directive was the guy Undisputed who's in your weight class, and it seems like you would get this fight done, you know. And if you didn't, for let's say the money was the issue, if Errol Spence is stablemates and friends with Jermell Charlo in a whole nother weight class, they're both Al Heyman guys, they're both with PBC, they're both Fox or Showtime fighters with Premier Boxing Champions. If something goes wrong with the deal with Errol Spence Jr., then what makes Crawford believe that a deal can be made for Jermell Charlo? So to me, it just feels a bit weird that Crawford's even talking about not fighting Errol Spence Jr. under any circumstance, because I thought, one, this is what he said he wanted. But beyond that, as I just mentioned, if a deal couldn't be worked for Errol Spence because of the negotiating, then what makes you believe that an undisputed champion who just beat Castano by knockout and is a stablemate with the same trainer as Errol Spence, Derek James, and the same advisor as Errol Spence, Al Heyman, what makes you believe you'll get that fight? So I don't know. It just seems like Crawford, he says stuff, but I don't know how meticulous and well thought out the plan or statement was. So I just find it a bit weird that he's even talking about fighting Jermell Charlo, because I thought Errol Spence was the #1 fight that you said was ducking. Let me know how I did in this video. Subscribe for more boxing news. And I'm introducing Super Thanks right here on the official Boxing Ego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.